Every era's basketball GOAT. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Trick question. The real answer changes depending on which era you're talking about. Comparing players across decades is basically impossible. Different rules, different training, totally different game. So today we're crowning a GOAT for every era. We're covering 8 decades from the 1940s all the way to right now. 8 eras, 8 legends. And a couple picks will surprise you. Let's rewind to the 1940s. Pro basketball is brand new, kind of mess, and it desperately needs its first superstar. Enter George Mikan. 6'10", thick glasses, and so dominant that grown men just bounced right off him in the paint. The league literally changed its rules because of him. They widened the lane and banned goaltending just to slow Mikan down. 5 championships in 6 years. One night, the arena marquee just said Mikan versus the Knicks. One man versus a whole team. He proved big men could be skilled, not just tall. Every dominant center after him owes Mikan a thank you card. So the 40s and early 50s? George Mikan, easy call. But the next era brings a rivalry that still breaks brains. Now, it's the 60s, and 2 giants turned the league into their personal playground. Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain. Buckle up. Bill Russell won 11 championships in 13 seasons. 11. He's got more rings than fingers. Let that sink in. Russell basically invented winning with defense. He also became the NBA's first black head coach and won 2 titles coaching himself. Then there's Wilt, who scored 100 points in a single game. One guy, 100 points. That's video game stuff. Wilt averaged 50 points a game for an entire season. He once grabbed 55 rebounds in one night. Against Russell, by the way. Wilt's stat lines honestly look fake. He even led the league in assists once, just to prove the haters wrong. Petty and unstoppable. So who wins the 60s? Wilt owned the record books, but Russell owned the scoreboard. And greatness gets measured in rings. The 60s belonged to Bill Russell. 11 rings is 11 rings. Sorry, Wilt. The numbers were really cool, though. The 70s get weird. 2 leagues fighting over players, huge afros, red, white, and blue basketballs, and one shot that nobody could ever block. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's skyhook might be the most unstoppable move in sports history. Defenders knew it was coming and still couldn't touch it. 6 MVP awards, the most ever. And Kareem held the all-time scoring record for almost 40 years. 40 years. Quick shout out to Dr. J, who basically invented flying. He made the dunk an art form and kept basketball cool through the chaos. Here's the crazy part. Kareem won a title in 1971 and another in 1988. 17 years between championships. Insane longevity. The 70s crown goes to Kareem. When your signature move is literally unguardable, the debate's kind of over. By 1980, the NBA was actually in trouble. Low ratings, empty seats, finals on tape delay. Then 2 rookies changed everything. Magic Johnson, a 6'9" point guard with $1 million smile. As a rookie, he played center in the finals and dropped 42. Larry Bird, a trash-talking sniper from a tiny Indiana town. He'd tell you exactly where he'd score from, then do it anyway. Magic versus Bird wasn't just a rivalry. It saved the entire league. Ratings exploded, and the NBA became must-watch TV. Magic won 5 championships running the most entertaining offense ever, Showtime. Passes so filthy his own teammates got caught off guard. Bird hit back with 3 straight MVPs. He once won the 3-point contest without even taking off his warm-up jacket. So who takes the 80s? Bird was the better pure scorer, but Magic kept winning the head-to-head battles that actually mattered. Give the 80s to Magic Johnson, 5 rings to 3. But honestly, they share this era in every fan's heart. And now the 90s. You already know where this is going, but the numbers are even crazier than you remember. Michael Jordan, 6 trips to the finals, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs. He never even needed a Game 7 in the finals. 10 scoring titles. 10. Nobody else has more than 7. Jordan led the league in scoring basically whenever he felt like it. Remember the flu game? Jordan dropped 38 points in the finals while barely able to stand, then collapsed into Pippen's arms. He also won Defensive Player of the Year, best scorer alive, and an elite stopper at the same time. That combo's basically unfair. Mid-career, he retired to go play baseball for 2 years. Came back and immediately won 3 more championships. Who does that? Off the court, Jordan changed everything. His sneakers became a billion-dollar empire, and he made the NBA a global obsession. 90% of GOAT debates end with his name. 6 finals, 0 losses, and a highlight reel that still gives people chills. The 90s belonged to Michael Jordan, obviously. This was the easiest pick on the entire list. Moving on. The 2000s open with a monster question. After Jordan, who's next? 3 legends spent a decade fighting over that throne. Shaquille O'Neal started the decade as a literal wrecking ball. 3 straight titles, 3 straight finals MVPs, backboards in genuine danger. Tim Duncan was the quiet assassin. 5 championships, 0 drama, bank shots for days. Boring? Maybe. Winning? Constantly. And then there's Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality guy. Nobody worked harder, and nobody wanted the last shot more than him. Kobe once scored 81 points in a single game. 81. That's the second most ever, and we all watched it live. 5 rings total. 3 with Shaq. Then 2 more on his own to silence every doubter. That second act sealed it. Shaq was more dominant and Duncan more consistent. But Kobe defined the decade. The style, the clutch shots, the whole mentality. The 2000s go to Kobe Bryant. 5 rings, 81 points, and an entire generation yelling his name on jump shots. Now the 2010s, the decade the internet argued about nonstop. One man dragged his teams to 8 straight finals. 8. LeBron James, a kid from Akron Heights since high school, somehow exceeded the hype. That basically never happens in sports. He's now the NBA's all-time leading scorer, and he's top 5 in assists too. A scoring machine who passes like magic. In 2016, his Cavs came back from 3-1 down against a 73-win team. Nobody had ever done that in the finals. 10 finals appearances for championships with 3 different teams. He turned every roster he touched into an instant title contender. Meanwhile, Steph Curry broke basketball. He started pulling up from the logo, and suddenly every kid on earth was shooting threes. Curry won the first unanimous MVP ever, and his Warriors won 73 games in one season. The math just changed forever. Quick nod to Kevin Durant, maybe the smoothest scorer ever. Joining that 73-win team, though, the internet never forgave him. So LeBron or Steph? Curry changed how basketball's played, but LeBron piled up numbers nobody may ever touch again. The 2010s go to LeBron James. Longevity, stats, and that 2016 comeback. Curry gets the revolution. LeBron gets the crown. Which brings us to right now, the 2020s. Plot twist. The best players in American basketball aren't American anymore. Giannis went from selling sunglasses on Athens streets to NBA champion and 2-time MVP. Greatest underdog story in modern sports. Then there's Nikola Jokic, drafted 41st while a Taco Bell ad was playing on TV. Now he's got 3 MVPs and a ring. Jokic sees passes nobody else even imagines. A 7-foot point guard who rebounds, scores, and never looks like he's trying. This year is still being written, but right now, it's Jokic's world. 3 MVPs in 4 years settles the argument for me. Honorable mentions. Luka's step backs, Shai's smoothness, Wemby looking like a creative player. The next era's GOAT might already be here. So who's the overall GOAT? Jordan's perfection, LeBron's longevity, Russell's rings. Honestly, your answer says more about you than them. Here's the real takeaway. Every era built on the last one. Mekon made Russell possible, and Jordan made LeBron possible. Greatness compounds. So next time someone starts a GOAT debate, ask them, which era? Drop your picks below, and I'll see you next time.